Hello, it's me, Camellia, and this is KiniNews. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim held Putrajaya's monthly assembly today, where he told civil servants the nation cannot succeed with plenty of leakages. He also touched on the importance of adopting change.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim told civil servants today that he will not tolerate the culture of contentment in the government. Anwar said this during his speech at the monthly assembly at the Prime Minister's department in Putrajaya today. The Tambun MP stressed the need to transform the civil service and government to bring about change to the country.
Sistem yang bergerak sekian puluhan tahun, tapi harus ada kesediaan, humility to acknowledge. Ada kekuatannya, tetapi bila kita letakkan tokoh baru, harus ada kehasrat untuk bawa perubahan.
Anwar stated that the new leadership desires to bring transformation and a culture of contentment must be evaded. Elaborating, the Prime Minister said that recently he had called for more aggressive action to be taken to resolve the migrant workforce shortage in the plantation and manufacturing sectors so as to not impede the nation's economic growth. Anwar also reiterated the need to appoint administrative and diplomatic officers to fill the positions of the Secretary-Generals and private senior secretaries. He also addressed the issue of public servants being forced to follow instructions given by ministers, despite the orders going against the law. Anwar then pointed out that his instruction relating to curbing leakages involving government contracts was also well received by the civil servants.
Zahid appeared in court today for mention of his corruption trial, making him the first Deputy Prime Minister to appear in the dock as an accused.
Also maintained the trial dates in May, June, July, and August. During this morning's mention of the case, Deputy Public Prosecutor Rosella Rajatoran informed that the accused was present in the dock. Defense counsel Ahmad Zaidi Zainal and Hisham Teh Potek appeared for Zahid. In November last year, the court had initially set today to Thursday this week for the continuation of the full trial of the case. However, sometime later, the court had taken off the trial dates this week and converted today's proceedings into mention. Having held the Deputy Prime Ministership during the BN administration under then Premier Najib Abdul Razak, Zahid was again appointed as DPM in December last year. His appointment came on the heels of the formation of the Anwar Ibrahim-led unity government after GE15 in November last year. On January 24th last year, the court ordered Zahid to enter his defense on 12 charges of criminal breach of trust, 8 for corruption, and 27 for money laundering involving tens of millions of ringgit belonging to the foundation. The trial began on November 18th, 2019. The prosecution rested its case on March 19, 2021, after calling 99 witnesses. In the defense stage of the trial since last year, Zahid testified on the witness stand, among others, that millions of ringgit in Yayasan Akalbudi funds were utilized for both Islamic and general charity work.
PAS used to be in the Selangor government when they were part of Pakatan Rakyat, and now they're hoping to return to power in the state, this time with PN.
PAS is confident that Perikatan Nasional will capture Selangor in the upcoming state election. This is according to Selangor PAS Commissioner Ahmad Yunus Hairi. He said this is because the state's voters are tired of Pakatan Harapan's lies and false promises. He said in the last general election, Harapan and BN candidates lost in 6 parliamentary seats in the state, while BN failed to win even 1 seat in Selangor. Yunus said the current Selangor government has failed to solve the people's various problems despite being in power since 2008. These include the cost of living, job opportunities, housing issues, floods, slope and highland management, water pollution, as well as infrastructure and internet connection issues. Selangor has been under Harapan since 2008, and PAS used to be part of the state administration under the now defunct Pakatan Rakyat. Yunus's statement comes 2 days after PKR Deputy President Rafizi Ramli expressed confidence that Harapan can win at least 45 Selangor Assembly seats if the party's machinery works hard in the coming state election.
Meanwhile, in Negeri Sembilan, Rafizi is expecting talks between BN and Harapan to take place without any issues.
PKR Deputy President Rafizi Ramli has revealed that electoral cooperation talks between Pakatan Harapan and BN for the Negeri Sembilan state election are expected to go on smoothly. He said this is because there are no major issues to solve. According to Rafizi, this includes seat negotiation matters. According to Utusan Malaysia, Rafizi added that there are not many seat overlaps in the state and the strength of each party is clear. Rafizi said this at the party's 2023 election convention in Seremban last night. Also present at the convention was Negeri Sembilan Menteri Besar Aminuddin Harun. According to Rafizi, the presence of Aminuddin and BN Deputy Chairperson Muhammad Hassan would make the process easier as both are leaders renowned for their loyalty to their respective parties. Yesterday, Aminuddin said the Negeri Sembilan State Legislative Assembly is expected to be dissolved in May to pave the way for state polls. The 6 states that will be holding their state polls this year are Selangor, Penang, Negeri Sembilan, Kedah, Kelantan, and Terengganu. Harapan won 20 out of the 36 state seats in the 14th general election in 2018. The remaining 16 seats were won by BN.
It's a critical time for UMNO to strategize after its delegates passed a resolution to not contest the party's top 2 posts.
UMNO now has some room to regroup and strategize, according to analysts. This is after the party passed a resolution at Saturday's session of the UMNO General Assembly to leave the top 2 leadership posts uncontested. Analysts also believe that the resolution that was passed puts UMNO in a critical stage, opening the party to further splits within its ranks. While the decision may not be celebrated by members who believe that it is undemocratic, it can help UMNO to get things back in order. University Utara Malaysia's Azizuddin Muhammad Sani said history has shown that battles for the post of UMNO president have always impacted the party negatively on its unity side. One of the few examples of when this happened was in 1988, when a power struggle between Tengku Razaleigh Hamzah and Dr. Mahathir Mohamad led to the original UMNO party being banned before Tengku Razaleigh formed Semangat 46, while Mahathir set up UMNO Baru, which exists to this day. Azizuddin believes that with Zahid's position in the party secured, he may now start efforts to bring back grassroots support to UMNO under the party's cooperation with Pakatan Harapan. He added that Zahid's Rural and Regional Development Minister portfolio is also a powerful tool for UMNO to use to stay connected with the rural and semi-urban Malays. Oh Sun, a senior fellow at the Singapore Institute of International Affairs, said UMNO needs to be united after being trampled in the recent election. However, unlike Azizuddin, Oh was not too optimistic about Saturday's resolution helping UMNO in the long run. Meanwhile, a geopolitical strategy expert pointed out another possible scenario for UMNO, saying that Saturday's resolution may backfire on Zahid. Azmi Hassan from Nusantara Academy for Strategic Research said while Zahid and his deputy Muhammad Hassan may win uncontested, leaders who are not aligned with them can still go for other important party positions. Should this happen, he said, UMNO may find itself in another limbo.
The government's Sumbangan Tunai Rahmah payout begins tomorrow to those eligible.
The first phase of the government's cash aid program for the B40 group will be credited in stages from tomorrow. Dubbed Sumbangan Tunai Rahmah, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim said the program, worth 1.67 billion ringgit, will be continuously improved. In a statement, he said in line with this, the government has introduced the concept of Payung Rahmah as the main initiative to help the less fortunate in handling the cost of living. He said the government has decided to move the first phase of the payment to be paid out to this month instead of March 2023 as initially planned. He said the payout of the first phase of STR for the B40 group will be credited to the accounts of registered recipients in stages starting tomorrow. This includes recipients from Sabah and Sarawak. STR recipients who do not have bank accounts can cash in at the nearest Bank Simpanan Nasional branch from tomorrow. Recipients can check their payment status from tomorrow at bantuantunai.hasil.gov.my website.
MIC wants its voice heard before any decision is made on whether BN will cooperate with Harapan.
MIC says BN component parties should reach a consensus on any decision to cooperate between BN and Pakatan Harapan to face the 6 state elections. MIC President S.A. Vigneswaran said the matter should be discussed and not be a unilateral decision. Asked about the feasibility of the cooperation, particularly in Selangor, Vigneswaran said anything is feasible in Malaysia now. He added that what was not possible before is possible now, especially after the 15 general election. He said this when met at the Pongal celebration at the MIC headquarters in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. The cooperation between BN and Harapan to face the state elections had previously been proposed by several Harapan leaders.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kinilia. Thanks for watching.